America's 5 most notorious cold cases, including one that still whispers through the darkness. Every murder gets solved. Some are buried under layers of dust, silence, and secrets. Others scream for justice from the grave. These are the CHA, cold cases that refuse to fade away. 5 of the most chilling, unsolved crimes in American history. And one of them, you may have thought was already solved. 1. The Zodiac Killer. He wrote. He mocked. He vanished. He called himself Zodiac. Between 1968 and 1969, Northern California was gripped by fear as couples were found shot or stabbed in secluded areas. The killer didn't just murder. He turned it into a twisted game. He mailed taunting, letters to newspapers, beginning with the words, "This is the Zodiac speaking." He enclosed cryptic ciphers, one of which, the infamous 408 cipher, declared, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." Another cipher wouldn't be cracked until 2020, over 50 years later, reading, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." Many believe the killer was Arthur Lee Allen, a troubled schoolteacher, but no charges were ever filed. And with theories stretching his spree into the 1980s, no one even knows how many victims he truly claimed. One thing is certain, Zodiac vanished into the shadows and never came back. Point 2. JonBenet Ramsey. A child, a ransom note, and a house of secrets. Christmas night, 1996. Boulder, Colorado. 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey, beauty queen, daughter, sister, was reported missing. A chilling ransom note demanded $118,000, but hours later, her lifeless body was found in the basement of her own home, bound, strangled, and with signs of sexual assault. JonBenet's death shook the nation, but the horror deepened when it emerged that the crime scene had been compromised. Friends wandered through the house. The kitchen was cleaned. Crucial evidence was erased. Suspects came and went. An intruder, a family friend, even her parents and brother. But no arrests were ever made. The case remains an open wound in the American psyche, an unanswered question whispered in true crime circles. Did the killer live under the same roof? 3. The Black Dahlia. Hollywood's most grisly mystery. January 15, 1947. Los Angeles. Elizabeth Short was found in an empty lot, sliced in half at the waist. Her body was posed grotesquely, drained of blood, the corners of her mouth slashed into a sadistic grin. She was only 22. The press dubbed her the Black Dahlia, turning a brutal murder into a media circus. Theories swirled. Was it a jealous lover? A sadistic surgeon? A copycat of film noir fantasies? Letters arrived, allegedly from the killer, taunting the police. But as the years passed, the case grew colder and darker. Key evidence vanished. Witnesses died. One former detective accused his own father. Another claimed a police cover. Up. To this day, the Dahlia's smile remains frozen in death. A mystery that Hollywood couldn't script more cruelly. 4. The Hall Mills murders. Love, scandal, and a town that lost its innocence. September 1922. New Brunswick, New Jersey. 2 bodies lay beneath a crab apple tree. A pastor and a choir singer, lovers in life, executed in death. Reverend Edward Hall had been shot once. Eleanor Mills had been shot 3 times. Her throat slashed so deeply she was nearly decapitated. Her tongue and larynx were missing. The couple's affair had been whispered about, but now the whispers turned to screams. The Reverend's wife, Frances Hall, and her wealthy brothers became the prime suspects. The evidence? Circumstantial. The witnesses? Inconsistent. The crime scene? Contaminated by souvenir hunters. Despite a sensational trial, no convictions were ever made. The truth was buried under gossip, privilege, and blood-stained leaves. 5. Lizzie Borden. A bloody nursery rhyme and a legacy of doubt. August 4, 1892. Fall River, Massachusetts. Andrew and Abby Borden were hacked to death inside their home. With such savagery that legends claim one received 40 whacks. The prime suspect? Their daughter, Lizzie. She had motive. She had no alibi. She had allegedly burned her dress and tried to buy poison, but none of it was enough. In 1893, she was acquitted. No one else was ever charged. The rhyme survived. Lizzie Borden took an axe. But the truth? Still locked behind the Borden home's walls. 5 cases, dozens of victims, 0 answers. These aren't just cold cases. They're American obsessions. Because until the killer is found, anyone could be guilty. And the past? Silence. No justice.